are we live? Let me just check quickly if I am live. I should have figured that out sooner, but it should be somewhere around here. Content, live. And yeah, we are live. Let's check. Should have. And it should be the same on Twitch channel. And yep, we are live here as well. Now I do need to figure out how to go live on Twitter. Let me just settings and privacy, account, premium, media studio, producer, create broadcast. It should be there. What should we name it? Science, technology, create a source, light screen feed, and yes, the feed is coming here as well. Audience is public, chat, everyone, start immediately, create broadcast. Yep, so we should be live on X as well. Is there a way we can check that? Okay, I think here we can see that we are live. Okay, so why am I starting the live streaming now? So let me give you just some background. I'm Aditya Bansal, I'm a software developer, and like basic stuff, everyone is a software developer now, especially with the rise of AI and stuff. So YouTube and PewDiePie. Okay, so I saw this video by PewDiePie recently in which he built this small device to help him track the water usage. He mentioned that there are no good apps for that. So I thought like, hey, I also want to do that. That inspired me. If PewDiePie is doing engineering now, as an engineer, I should be doing engineering now. So, yep, that motivated me. And our goal for today is it's Galley draw. Let me just open that. Um, so what I do want is to create a widget for my Mac to help me track the water consumption for myself. I will not be publishing this app anywhere. It's just for me. So basically it would be a simple widget like maybe a bar chart progress. That's a like 1 out of 10. And then we have a plus button, minus button. And then maybe we can have some text like uh, good job or something like that. So this will be my like water tracker. Hopefully we will be able to add some animations in it. I should turn this off. So we will add some animations, make it look pretty. And then just functionality wise, my goal is to just have a circular bar to visualize the progress. And then some buttons, like 2 buttons, one for adding the water and one for removing just in case I make a mistake. Like, mistake. Okay. So that seems like a good idea. Yeah. We will also have a text associated with each step, such that on when you drink like 1 liter of water, it gives your text two something something. We will have a way to configure the goal and then reset progress every day so that every morning it gets set back to zero. And then maybe if you want to make some context over a long period of time, we can have like um, history tracking. So something like GitHub, but for water consumption, right? And then we will have, I guess, that should be enough. Like we will have animation, we will make it look pretty. We will have like two buttons, we will have a text. We do configure the goal, reset the progress every day, and then just track the history. And that should work fine. This will be just a widget that I can use on my Mac. So to give you a little bit of context, I have never developed a widget or anything related to Apple, particularly ever. So this will be my first time doing this. I really like these widgets, and I want to make one for myself. I've never used Swift, so current like cons that are against me or like challenges that I have to figure out is first, I will have to download and install Xcode and then figure out how to work with Swift UI. So I will have to learn Swift UI a little bit. I'm hoping to utilize, we will be using Grok to help me out. Use Grok to help with programming. So basically, yeah, I don't know anything about Swift. We will be relying on Grok and Cursor to help with programming. We are essentially quote unquote white coding this, which is funny. I thought I would be doing something more related to Python, which I know, but these seem like a good way to start the stream and like maybe just get like something I'm excited about. So let's just watch this PewDiePie video to give you some more context.
I told this idea to Marcia, and she came up that I should do like a water tracking to make
Yep.
sure you're drinking enough water during the day. I pretty much swim in G Fuel, so that's not necessary for me. But she said it was actually useful, and she said that water tracking apps that are free on your phone are absolutely terrible. So I checked. I want to breathe in, hold your breath.
Yeah. So basically, we want to create like a water tracking app, like he did. He like created a whole device because he's a pro now at engineering. So yeah, like this, when he just
You click
plays.
to change. This is the water tracker menu. So you enter with the middle button, and then you can up how much you want to drink. 250 milliliters is a glass, so you press it to register.
I think maybe in the beginning, I don't want to do something like that complicated. We will just keep it simple, like only track in liters. So maybe when you complete like drinking a whole liter of water, then only you can update this tracker, because otherwise it would be too time consuming to track every milliliter of water that you drink. I don't think that's a good idea for me. So it's like a simple, I just click this button whenever I'm like, okay, I drank like 1 liter of water, and then when I'm like, okay, I accidentally entered the wrong thing, so I can just simply remove 1 liter. So it's just simple, +1, -1, and you can just track in liters. I don't know how much water I'm supposed to drink, so that we will also ask Grok. Let's just go to Grok. That is probably a good thing to know. Hi, I am Aditya, and I am six, 21. Oh, God, I'm 22 now. 22-year old boy with, and I am 6 feet 3. How much water should I drink every day? I weigh around 90 kilograms. And also, like, to get like concise answers from Grok, we will just tell it, keep it concise. Okay, so I'm just supposed to drink 2.7 to 3.7 liters of water. Let's just update that. I had no idea. So let's just put it like 4 liters of water. Water is going to be the target. And then if it's like not that big, I just have to track 4. Then maybe I can do like 100 milliliters. So each step is going to be 100 milliliters. Yep, that sounds good. And then agenda for today. And today's stream is to first download, explode, figure out Swift UI, and then set up everything, like basically set up everything. And if we are lucky, then we can get to this step, which is like get a very, very basic widget working. That's like a big goal right now. So for reference, I saw some video that was like uh, creating uh, or developing widgets for Mac, Swift UI. There are a lot of videos like how to use widgets, but not that many on like developing widgets, which is weird. So I think, yeah, this was a simple video that went over. Okay, we will have to watch an ad. Let's just mute it. Okay, skip ad. This is a simple video. Let's just watch this one.
To add widgets to.
As I said, I need to download export first. I don't have that. I use cursor and I don't know if I can use that to create widgets. So let's just download export as well.
Your make to your macOS application with widget kit. So let's get started. So here I have one my export open. So I'll just click on create new project. I'll select macOS, select app, click next.
Was there an option to just directly create widget?
Project.
We have app, document app, game, command line tool, Safari app, extension, framework, library, meta library, XPC. So we don't have a direct option to create a widget. We will have to create an app.
I'll select macOS, select app, click next. Then over here, you can select whatever you feel like. You can either select Swift UI or you can select Storyboard. Doesn't really matter. I'll just keep it as it is. Click next, and here I will just click create. Once this is done, all you have to do is for widget kit or to display widgets, just click on file, new, target, and here you will have to search for widget extension. Click next, and here I will just name again, name whatever you feel like.
Okay.
Click act, that is my personal widget. Click finish, click activate. Once that is done, you can go to your my personal widget folder which has been created. Go to this particular script file, my personal widget, and here you can change the UI or change the business logic to whatever you feel like. And here I will just change the UI to something like text. Now, widget kit only supports Swift UI, so you can't write
app
app kit
kit
or
or UI
UI
kit
kit
logic
logic
inside
inside
this.
this.
Also,
Also,
the
the
other
other
important
important
thing
thing
is
is
they
they
only run
only
from
run for
macOS
macOS
Sonoma, so
Sonoma,
you
so
will
you will
at least
at
need to
least need
have
to
that
have that
particular
particular
version of
version of
Mac
Mac
running.
running.
Hello
Hello,
everyone,
everyone.
this
This
is
is
nobody.
nobody.
Okay,
Okay.
now
Now,
Wait, I just realized I don't have uh the whole window capture. Let me just fix it. Hmm. No. Okay. As expected, I'm having some difficulties. I can show separate applications. But like, why am I unable to like capture the whole screen? I'm able to capture the display. Then when I go here, let's just go back to the screen and see what's the case here. Content, live, is a strict live stream. Okay, so it is visible, like, okay, great. Like, now you can see the screen, hopefully. Yep. So I was just watching this video. I went over the lot of things. Let me just go through them again because I just realized I was not sharing my screen. Yeah, so this is the PewDiePie device that I was talking about. He created this to track water and everything, water consumption. So I was like, hey, if he's doing this, I also like this idea to track water consumption. And I decided to do it for myself. I want a widget like this, simple widget. And then I created this whole thing. I wrote everything down that I'm creating a simple widget. I will make animations for it. I will make it look pretty. I will search, we use a circular bar. I will add two buttons. We're just tracking in 100 milliliter steps, and the target is 4 liters of water. Every day, we will have some text associated with each step, like good job or something, and a way to configure the goal. So maybe suppose someday or some later time I want it to be like 3 liters, I can change that. It will automatically reset the process. So like automatically reset progress every day, or maybe we'll just have a simple button to do that. And history tracking is something I was thinking as well. Like we will have just simple box, and then it will be colored. The saturation will be dependent on like how much you were able to drink that day. And it's just going to be a simple widget for Mac. It only tracks in like, it tracks in 100 milliliter steps now. There are some challenges I have to overcome, like steps I need to take. I have to install Xcode. I have to figure out how to work with each Swift UI. I will be using Grok and Cursor to help me with programming. Essentially, we are vibe coding this whole thing because I don't know Swift UI. I am a Python developer, so I have some idea of how this all is going to work. The agenda for today's stream is to like download Xcode, figure out Swift UI, set up everything, and if we are lucky, we will get to a very, very basic widget working. So I think like widgets can be interactive, like this tracker, like reminder. It is interactive. I can click on this, and then it updates it. So the idea is that I want something similar where I just click plus and it goes up by 100 milliliters or something, and then I can click minus to remove any mistakes that I made. So there is this video that I
Hello
found
everyone, welcome
that
back.
was like, this is how you can develop widgets. It is just Xcode, create an app, then add like widget extension to your app. This will create a widget, and then we can just update the widget code. Here he is just updating the text, and then you can simply
Window and
run the
we have
app,
created a widget for it.
and then it will be available in your widget configuration. And then this is like the point I want to get to by the end of today's stream. So let's try and do that. First, I will like figure out how to download Xcode, or do we have it? No. So let's just go there. Not here. App Store, Xcode. Let's just get this, install. Yeah, like I don't personally own an iPhone, so my goal is to just like customize my Mac. This is my first time like writing Swift UI. This is going to be a little bit challenging because I don't know if the AI applications can help me with Swift UI. They should be able to do that. And other than that, we will figure it out using the documentation and stuff. So if I can find the Swift UI uh, documentation, here it is. I think like documentation has been like the biggest thing for me to learn. It's much more weirder for me to go on check a YouTube video. I would rather prefer to read through the documentation and figure out like what is going on. Uh, Swift UI and frameworks highlight what's new, what's new, what's new, what's new, what's new. Swift UI is like used for like broader application development on Mac and like all the Apple ecosystem. We are just interested in like the widget parts. It is a declarative syntax. Swift UI uses a declarative syntax, so you can simply state whether what the user interface should do. For example, you can write what you want, that you want a list of items consisting of text fields and describe alignment, font, color, and for each field. That's great. You can code simpler, easier to read than before, saving your time and maintenance. It is like similar to the other programming languages. Essentially, we're importing it. We are creating a view. Then we have variable album. We have a body, which is a view. It has a list of songs. So for we have album songs, and for each song we are creating like a horizontal stack where we have an image. Then we are creating in each of those horizontal stacks we have text, that is the title, that is the artist name, and this is something I don't know, so we'll figure that out. Browse the latest documentation. There's apps, themes, windows, the search, app extensions. I think we'll find it in the app extension. Creating a widget extension. I think this is what we're looking for. For an app widget to appear in widget gallery, a person must launch the app that contains the widget at least once after the app is installed. Okay, yeah, we can do that. So one of the major concerns that I had was that in this video, that tutorial that you were watching, the app is launched and I don't want to keep this window open for like forever. Otherwise it will hinder with my like workflow. So hopefully we can close it after like once using it and then it can just work. And yeah, we will have to go through this. Another thing that I am concerned how it will work is like the state management, how we will like store data. Is that possible? How will that work? Are these variables able to do that? Or I have to write some other logic for that? And let's see. And first we will like, there's 8 minutes that will still take to like export to download, maybe because I'm live streaming, it is taking a lot more time. In the meantime, we can just go to Grok and ask like, hey Grok, I want to develop a widget for macOS to track water usage, consumption, usage slash consumption every day, like track daily water usage consumption. So I want to write a Swift UI code to do that. I want to be able to save the state and maintain a history of uh, water usage over time. The progress should reset every day. Okay. Let's just define our requirements more clearly. Okay. So the look will be a simple circular bar chart, like a bar to track the progress into like X out of Y, and so X will be the current water consumption and Y will be the target for the day. And a simple circular bar to track the progress X over Y, and then a simple text X, Y showing the progress. Two simple buttons, uh, which is one for adding 100 milliliters or like 0.1 liter, and one for removing 0.1 liter from the total. And yeah, like the step increment should be in 0.1, and the X and Y should also be floating point numbers, so that like for precision we are doing this. Yeah, the progress should reset every day. That should be automatic, right? Because every day ends at 12. So, and I sleep before that, so it should be okay. Uh, how do I approach this? Can you explain how, like, state management work and Apple application, especially in widgets? And then how can I add buttons? How can I add the progress bar, circular progress bar? And how can I add the text uh, inside the progress bar? I am a programmer, I'm a developer, but I am new to Swift UI. So explain everything in a bit more detailed and simplified way. That should be good. Yeah, so there is something called user defaults or core data for persistent storage of state and history. We can use this timeline provider to manage widget updates and daily resets, combine for reactive state updates if needed. I don't know what that is. In Swift UI, state is managed using property wrappers like state, app storage, and published. Widgets are stateless by nature, so state is managed outside the widget in a shared container or user defaults. Understanding state management, state used for local transient data within a view. It's private to the view and it's not persisted. For example, temporary toggle state. I don't think we need that. App storage, a property wrapper that reads and writes to user defaults, ideal for simple persistent data. So yeah, I think we will be using the app storage, observant object, state object within the classes to manage complex state. I don't think we need that. Environment object for sharing data across views. I don't think we need that either. We need the app storage because simple data and process automatically. For history, we'll use a custom user defaults approach or core data as app storage is better for single view. Okay, so we will use some user defaults or something. For the history, state management and widgets, state is stored externally, use in a shared app group if widget is part of an app or file store XYZ and history. Interactions, widget can't directly handle button taps. Instead, you need use link or URL schemes to send actions to the main app, which updates. Okay, so it can be done. It just needs like the app. Okay, we'll use app storage for X and Y, store history as a JSON encoded data and user defaults or encode data, use timeline provider to reset X to 0, handle button taps by opening a URL that the main app processes to update X. Hopefully, I don't have to keep the app running like actively, but okay, let's see. Project setup. Is this installed? Xcode is installing. It will still take some time. Let me just continue reading this. Also, I need to do border. Create a new Xcode project, open Xcode, choose create new Xcode project, select app under macOS, name it water tracker, choose Swift UI, ensure include widget extension is checked. Okay, we can just do that. We don't have to go separately and add that. Okay. If not added during the setup, go to File, New, Target, choose widget extension on macOS and name it widget tracker. A water tracking widget. Okay. Enable app groups for share storage. In the main app and widgets target, go to signaling and capabilities. add the app groups capability to create a group. Okay, I will have to figure this out, like how to do this. This is like the main thing for persistent storage. Set up shared storage, use user defaults to store this alternative, set up core data history if you prefer the data database. It is more complex, data model and state persistence. Let's define the data model and how to persist it. If the current state is going to be X, data consumption and target. History is going to be a daily record of like this is date, consumption, date, consumption, date, consumption. I think I will also need like a target because maybe my target is moving. So I need like how much percentage of what my original target was that I achieved. So we'll import some create a water data structure to manage this, import foundation, we will create a structure. This is like current, daily, and history. Daily record is going to be whatever is the date is, and we will update we will add the target here as well. Persistence with user defaults will store data. I think export is downloaded. So let's just open that. Yeah, I agree. Let me just type in my password. Uh, Yeah, we are just developing for macOS. Uh, we don't need a completion model. We'll just use this. Okay. Continue. We'll create a new project. We'll create an app, macOS app, and then next we'll name it water tracker. Nothing like that. SwiftUI language is this. Storage is core data, Swift data, current data is none. Should I, using JSON, create this, that, this data manager? Do we need to set up core storage? I don't think so. So let's just read through this first. This is our data manager, static, shared, and then user defaults. So I should set something like this, like form your company. So let's call it Aditya's. Aditya water tracker, maybe. Okay. Private data key is water. We will save it. We will import it using JSON. We'll load it, update consumption, reset daily. So it's load water and then data, current consumption plus add. Okay, so this is something like we're sending a Boolean flag, which is add or not. If data consumption is less than 0, it should not go below 0. And then we should save it, reset daily. This makes sense. Data formatter, it also makes sense. Building the widget. This data manager uses this. Building the widget. So widgets are built using widget kit. You need a timeline provider, entry, and widget view. Define the widget entry, water entry, timeline entry, date, the current consumption, and daily target. Create the timeline provider. So placeholder, water entry. Okay, get snapshot, get timeline. So will this be running consistently, like constantly? It will be checking if this is the current next date or not. Let's see. Create entry, schedule a time to, okay, and then We're just creating a widget. This is the view that we want. We need a circle that is like opacity. Uh, Another circle that is like how much the consumption is completed. And then the text inside that. This is like the buttons that we need. There's a button for minus and plus, adding and removing. And then define the widget, register it, and then handling button action. So this is technically a little bit more complicated than I initially thought, but it's a good challenge. We'll figure it out. Okay. So these are all the files that we need. In the water tracker, we need water tracker app.swift. Next, we'll just put it on documents, downloads. We'll just put it on desktop for now. We'll figure that out later. And now what do we have? We have water tracker. We have water tracker.app.swift. So I think this is what we are talking about. Then we have content view, this data manager. Okay, so we have to create a data manager as well under water tracker. Create a new file. Swift file. Next, it's gonna be the data tracker, the data manager, tags, create, and then water tracker widget. So this is not added yet, so we'll just go to file, new, target, and then widget. Just add a widget extension. We'll call it water tracker widget. Yep. We'll activate it. So we have a water tracker widget, and then we have the main file, water tracker widget. This we have to create. And provider. So this also we have to create. So if I just simply run this right now, will this work? How will this look? Like what's the default I'm getting here? Let's try this. We're building. This is running. We have small, medium, large. I'll just do small. Snapshot, placeholder, info. This all like this is how it will look. And that's great. Like, can we add it? Edit widgets, auto tracker. Yep. So we have like a basic thing working. Now we'll just have to figure out like how to change stuff, which where to put like everything. So let's start with that. Uh, Content view. This is our content view. Also, is this close this and also close this. Got it. Okay. And then I ignore it. So first I need to figure out what goes in like water tracker app.swift, which I can just ask Grok to give me. So give me the complete only. I need to paste it in its code. Okay, so this is our main water tracker app, which is like, we will go here. I'll just comment this out. Okay, so now I need data manager, info.pls. Is it this? If I can just search with Control P, no. So is this info.pls that we are talking about? Is an XML file? And also just first put uh, the complete content view. Let's comment this and paste this. And we'll also do the same for data manager. Data manager is this the data manager? Data manager. Yep, there's the data manager. And we'll comment this. Right here. And we need water data, which is another file. I think which it can go here. And then just we can use this. Yep. Now I think water data is available. Yep, it is currently registering. So if we go from up, we have created the water data. We have the data manager. We have the widget. Okay, widgets are built using widget kit. So in the widget, we need water entry. So I will just copy this and create a new file for this. I think it will go here. So water entry. Find that entry and then use the timeline provider, which controls the provider. Um, okay, I'm a bit confused. So, what should be the name and location for these files? Water entry.swift. Okay, we have this. Then we have provider.swift. So I have provider, and then I need to place this here. Then I need a water entry widget, which is this. And this goes here. And widget. This is our main file. All right. So it will be like replace this with this. Yeah, that makes sense. And then yeah, this is the info that was mentioned. We drag up. We can see that we have this in the tracker. Yep. We also have this. So the main app that we're talking about is mainly this, which we have already written, that the main and the water tracking, body, and everything. Yeah. Uh, add the URL scheme to your main app's info.p list. So let me just upload. I'll just have to create one, I guess, because in the provider, we have the timeline provider, get timeline, completion. Yep, this is it. So this is correct. Content view we have defined. Okay, so I don't have my main app as a info.p list file. So how should I create one, or am I supposed to place this inside the widgets folder? So here I cannot see info.plist, something like that. Okay, so I have some debugging to do and I have to figure out where's the info list. So I will continue with that tomorrow. It was great. We made some progress. There are some errors. I have to find them, like what is this? Why is widget center not found and everything. So I will debug this tomorrow. This is some progress, I would say. We have some idea of how things will work out. That has been great. So